Hello, here is a question from CodeChef, Deer and House query. So in this video we will be discussing the solution for it. Here are the timings for the different sections we will be discussing in this video. So you can jump to the section where you are facing the difficulty. In the first section we will be seeing some animations to understand the problem. In second section we will get some hints. So after that you may even try to attempt the question once again. Let's start with understanding the problem section. So these are the information given here, that it is an interactive problem. The building is a square and the roof is represented by an isosceles triangle. Also the area is greater than 0. Triangle is standing. Square lies on x-axis. Triangle touches square at the top. Triangle width is greater than square width. Symmetric with respect to y-axis. Coordinates are integers and x lies between -1000 and 1000. Also y lies between 0 and 1000 because y coordinates are non-negative. So here they have given an example of a valid drawing. So in this question we are required to ask them some questions or some queries to find the total area of the house, including the square and the triangle. And maximum number of queries we are allowed to ask are 100. In the interaction part, they have given how we are required to ask them a query. For asking a query, we have to print question mark, space x, space y, and then enter. This enter is very important, and it will answer yes if the point lies inside or on the boundary of the house, and else it will answer no. And finally we have to answer the area of the house by an exclamation mark followed by the area and an enter. Also they have given some notes. These are the subtasks given to us. For subtask 1, the absolute value of the coordinates of vertices don't exceed 10. And for subtask number 2, the constraints are original. That is, the absolute values of coordinates can be up to 1000. So now let's see an animation to understand the problem more clearly. It is given the building is a square, so it can't be a rectangle. Also the roof is an isosceles triangle. This is a very important condition that will help us later. The area is greater than 0. Triangle is standing, that means the base lies at the bottom, not on the top. Square lies on x-axis. This means that square touches the x-axis and one of the sides of the square is also a part of x-axis. Triangle touches the square at the top. This means they both are joined and they can't be separated. Triangle width is greater than square width. This is also a very important condition. The figure is symmetric with respect to y-axis. The coordinates are always integers and not fractions. So now let's see some figures that can take place or they may occur as the question. So the basic idea to find the area of the house, and to find that we must first get the side of the square. Let us represent it by A. Also the base of triangle, that is B, and the height of triangle, that is H. So we have to find A, B and H. Finally the area is given by this expression. Let's move to the section 2 of video, that is getting hints from constraints and subtasks. These are the constraints given and these are the subtasks. So let us look for subtask number 1. It is given that the coordinates are always less than or equal to 10. So let's assign n as 10. So if we design an algorithm of complexity n, then the number of queries will be k times n. and that may work. But for subtask number 2, it is given that the coordinates are up to 1000. So n will be 1000, and if we design an algorithm of order n, then the queries will exceed 100, which gives us a hint that this approach is wrong. If we design an algorithm of log n complexity, then it may work. At this point we got some hints, and you may try the question once more before proceeding towards the solution. So now let's proceed to section number 3, which is sketching the solution. For subtask number 1, we are given that vertices don't exceed 10, which means that we have to only look for this area. Now we know that square lies on x-axis. Also the coordinates are integers, so we have to look only for integer coordinates. We will iterate the point from 0, 0 to 1, 0 till we find first no. Now it is also given that figure is symmetric with respect to y-axis, so the length will be a by 2 because the same will be on the left side of y-axis. This point will be a by 2, 0. Since the building is a square, so the height will be a. We know that triangle is standing, so the base will be at the bottom. Also triangle touches square at the top, and triangle width is greater than square width. This condition guarantees us that if we iterate the point on line y is equal to a, then the first no will give us one of the vertices of the triangle. If this condition was not given, then looking for first no on the line y is equal to a would have given one of the vertices of square. Now because it is given that the points are integers, so let's iterate the point from 0, a to 1, a till we find the first no. And using it we can find b by 2 because the figure is symmetric with respect to y-axis. Now since the roof is an isosceles triangle and the figure is symmetric to y-axis, so the tip of the triangle will always be lying on y-axis. To find the height of the triangle, we can iterate on y-axis starting from 0, a plus 1 because we already know that 0, a will give us yes. So after we get the first no, we would be getting the height of the triangle by subtracting the coordinates by a because it will give us h plus a. So finding the maximum queries r using this approach will be a by 2 plus 1 for finding a by 2 length, b by 2 plus 1 for finding b by 2 length, and h number of queries for finding h. This will give us a by 2 plus h plus b by 2 plus 2. Because a is a positive integer, adding a by 2 to the expression will always be greater than or equal to q. Now we know that h plus a is less than or equal to 10 because it is given in the constraint that the whole figure will be lying inside this area. Also b by 2 is less than or equal to 10. So it will give us that q is less than or equal to 22. It is less than 100. So this approach will work. So now moving to subtask number 2. Here the constraints are given that absolute values of coordinates can be up to 1000. So if we apply the previous approach, then we can calculate that maximum queries can reach up to 2002, which is greater than 100. So this approach will not work, as discussed in hints. For this subtask, we have to develop another algorithm. So let's see it. Let's consider this matrix as x-axis from 0 to 1001 because the limit is 1000, and why we have taken 1001 that we'll discuss later. Here the green cells will return us the answer yes and the red cells will return no, which means that green part contains some part of house. Now let's try to apply binary search approach. As we know it is a log n approach, so maybe it will work. For it, let's denote two pointers start and end and a mid pointer. Now for this example, mid is pointing to a cell that returns a no. From this we can understand that the cells that lie towards the right of mid will always return a no. So we need not to check those cells, and we replace end with the value of mid. Now the new value of mid will point to a coordinate which will return yes. We can see that the cells that lie at the left side of mid will always return a yes. So we also need not to check those cells and replace the value of start with mid. We continue this strategy until we get the difference of end and start as 1. We can also see that start will always point to a cell that points to yes, and end will always point to a cell that returns no. Also now we know that end minus start is equal to 1. This means that the last cell or x coordinate that returns a yes is represented now by start. So the answer will be start. Now let's take another example that will clear why we have taken 1001 and not 1000. Let us consider that the coordinate from 0 to 1000 will return yes. Now let's consider two pointers as discussed previously. So start will point to 0 and end will point to 1001. Mid will point somewhere in between. Applying the same strategy, we can see that end will keep pointing to 1001 and start will move towards end. And when end minus start becomes 1, start will point to 1000, which is our required answer. If we would have started with end is equal to 1000, then the answer we would be getting using this approach would be 999, which is wrong answer. That's why we have taken 1001 as the upper limit. So now calculating the maximum queries required for this approach, we can see for calculating a by 2 distance, we need at max log 1000 with the base 2 query. Also for calculating b by 2, we need log 1000 with the base 2 query. Similarly for s, we need log 1000 with the base 2 queries, giving us approximately 30 queries. So in 30 queries, we can find A, B and S. Finally, we can get the answer using the formula discussed previously. So now let's prepare a pseudocode for the algorithm. Here we will only discuss the code for the second approach because it will be able to solve all the subtasks. Firstly, let's define a function for finding the last yes on the line y is equal to t using binary search. So let's consider start is equal to 0 and end is equal to 1001. Now we will iterate till end minus start is greater than 1. Because as soon as it will become equal to 1, we need to end it. So every time we need to declare mid is equal to end plus start divided by 2. For asking a query, we need to write question mark, space the x coordinate, which is here mid, and the y coordinate, which is here we have considered t, because we are finding on y is equal to t line, and then an enter. This enter is very important. We can get a wrong answer if we don't put this enter. Now we need to read a string that returns a yes or no. Then put a condition. If it returns yes, then we need to move the start pointer to mid. Else we need to move end pointer to mid, as seen in animation. And finally we need to return start from this function. Now similarly we will construct a function for finding the last yes on the line x equal to t using binary search. Here we have to only change the asking query. Here we have to write question mark followed by t, not mid, because here the x coordinate is t, and then we have to write mid because here y coordinate is mid, and then an enter. Then we have to read the string yes or no followed by the same procedure, and finally return start. Now let's discuss the code for main function. For finding a by 2, we need to find last yes on x-axis, that is y is equal to 0 line, using the function that we have already discussed. For finding b by 2, we need to find last yes on the line y is equal to a. Similarly, for finding a plus x, we need to find last yes on y-axis for x equal to 0 line. Finally, we have to write the area using exclamation mark, space area and then an enter. Here you can find the full pseudocode. Now let's code in C++. First, we will declare a function last yes y that will return the last coordinate on which we will get a yes on the line y is equal to y. The definition is similar to pseudocode. You can try it out. Similarly, we will declare a function last yes x. In the main, we need to declare three variables a, b and x for square side, triangle base and triangle height respectively. Now we can find a by 2 using last yes y at 0. That means last yes at the line y is equal to 0. Since we are getting a by 2 using this, so we need to multiply it by 2. Next, for finding b by 2, we need to find last yes on y is equal to a. So we will use last yes y a. It is also returning b by 2, so we need to multiply it by 2. For finding x plus a, we need to find last yes on line x equal to 0. This is returning x plus a, so we need to subtract a from it. Finally, we will print area. Thank you for seeing the solution. Hope it helped you. I am Yash. You can find me on CodeChess using this handle.